Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we're going to be talking about Big Mom from One Piece. She is, as we all know, one of the former Jonkos of the sea, one of the four emperors, as Kaido was as well. So what I want to kind of explore today and talk a little bit about this big theory regarding the future of Big Mom. As we know, she has been utterly defeated by Law and Kid in the final fight in Wano. I will say utterly defeated because she's out of commission and she fell into this volcano hole together with Kaido. But we see her the whole time being far superior in combat skills and in power, basically, to both of them. They managed to kind of kick her out, but my concern comes when she's basically challenged by Luffy in Gyojin Island with the whole story about the candies and etc. And Luffy challenges her there, and she says he promises that he will defeat her someday. I think this is very important at this moment of the story because everyone thinks that she's gone like Kaido, but I think her story is finishing or is connecting into Elbaf. There's been a lot of information regarding and a lot of plot created regarding Big Mom and the giants. So this whole story about her starts there in Elbaf when she's a kid, and we have the parents, as we think are the parents told by Oda, kind of leaving her there, and she ends up, living with Caramel and the other kids from the Lambs. How it's called, the House of the Lambs or something like that it's called. And yeah, we all know what happens at the end, that Mother Caramel had the soul fruit, and in one of these tantrums that she goes into while eating the cake, she ends up eating Mother Caramel and everyone there. So that's how she manages to have the power of the fruit. In this kind of mini saga or memory, we see Big Mom destroying Elbaf and being an enemy of the giants, that the giants kind of banish her from that territory. And this is very interesting for me because if you think about it, the reason of her having Caesar clown being chased with the whole Punk Hazard saga and after is because Caesar was paid by Big Mom to replicate a lab like in Punk Hazard to work in gigantification, so she could actually have giants, because she expresses that in this book that she has, or in the land that this territory, total land, that she has, all the races are living there. That the concept and the idea of her dream, it's beautiful. I mean, I think it's what the story is about everyone living together without discrimination, etc. But the means that she's doing, like making people have to bend to her will, that's the thing that is not correct. So what we see is that she explains that there are three races missing, and it's never explained which ones are. But so far, what we can see is that she shows interest in one with King. He wants King, and she wants King. And then we have been revealed that Kuma is a Buccaneer. Probably is kind of it's kind of implied in between lines that there's no Buccaneers around and they are exterminated like Lunarians and other races are. So Buccaneers is the other one, and she strongly expresses in that saga that the one that she's missing, and she could have been the queen of the king of the pirates already if she managed to marry Lola with Loki, is the giants. So she's really interested in the giants. So for all of this kind of plot information that we have, I strongly believe that she will end up her adventure in Elbaf. I think there's a very important line from Skypiea said by Pagaya. Pagaya is Connie's dad, the man with the goatee beard, and he says that I think it's called the pyro something is this material that is creating the clouds to be able to float and everything. That's created from volcano. So the volcanoes erupt in the water and they spit all of this up to the sky into the clouds, and the texture is created in this material, so they can build and use it as a construction method, so to do the roads and to do the houses and everything there. That's when they are going into Skypiea. Pagaya is explaining this in this kind of, there's some massive stairs there leading upstairs. So the thing is, we know Big Mom and Kaido, they are inside this volcano in Wano. I don't think they are gone. I don't think they are dead. I think they are gonna, the volcano is gonna erupt. In fact, at the end of Wano, the volcano erupts. So I think they end up flying all over the New World, and probably we will see Big Mom showing up in Elbaf. There is this promise of Luffy of defeating her, and this whole plot with the giants. So my theory is Big Mom will show up in Elbaf. She is gonna be in a weaker position without crew, because the crew is not gonna be around. As well, on top of this, Luffy makes a promise to Katakuri saying when they fight, Katakuri stops fighting because he's one of those bad guys that is good guy, and he says, are you gonna come back to fight Big Mom, to defeat Big Mom? And Luffy says yes, and then is when Katakuri kind of gives up and he falls, no? And so we need to see this encounter, Big Mom and Luffy, again. We've seen in Wano that Big Mom is not important for Luffy anymore, so Luffy is not afraid of her anymore, not afraid of Kaido, so I don't think there's gonna be a crazy big development for Luffy regarding Big Mom. I think what we're gonna have here is a Big Mom going crazy and attacking the giants and having a little bit of a story with the giants and explanations and storyline there. And Usopp, if you check my previous video about Usopp and the Davy Pack fight, I think Usopp is gonna be the star of Elbaf, and Usopp is gonna fulfill one of his lies that is said in Wano, that he has Conqueror's Haki. And I think Usopp with his Conqueror Haki working for Luffy, so one of Luffy's Nakama is gonna be the one defeating Big Mom. And because of many things explained in the previous video, please go and check the Usopp video, you will see that he will become the brave warrior of the sea. And in fact, in this situation we will see a stronger Usopp who actually can manage on his own against Yonko. So it will build a lot of reputation for him, and it will create a lot of love from the giants if he's able to defeat Big Mom. Kid may appear briefly, because the whole story with this character being called Big Mom and the other one being called Captain Kid, the Kid and the Mom, and they already fought in Wano. I think Kid will briefly appear in Elbaf, and it will has like a small role there. Maybe it's not a small role, but he should be a character loved by the Giants, because in theory he is one of those two guys that defeated Big Mom in Wano. So just only for this we will have like a little bit of development with Kid, but finally Usopp is the one that is gonna be defeating her. That's what I believe. That's what I think. I really like the references with Big Mom, with the Cloud, with Zeus, with being like in Dragon Ball that Son Goku is flying with the Kingdom Cloud and everything. It is really beautiful, the references, and I like the references with food and everything. So my big theory about Big Mom, if you've seen my previous videos, that it goes together with this, is that I think she is Big Mom is a clone. I think there's a really strong concept with the clones now with Vegapunk and everything, and let's do Napoleon 1 second here, and check out some of my videos regarding Kuma and Bonney, because there I explain the connection. I think Bonney comes from the 800 years ago, and when she uses the power to make the Gorosei young, using the awakening, that needs to be doing with awakening, to be permanent. Permanent, I mean, let's say for 20 years or 30 years, not just for a small period of time. And I think she does this, and then she loses the memory and becomes Kid again. So she comes using extremely the power of Bonney on the Gorosei. It makes her Kid and forget all the memories. So I think this is when Kuma comes in and takes her with the whole revolutionary army plot and the whole story that we are having now in God Valley and everything. I don't know at what moment. I don't think it's a biological daughter of Kuma. So what I think is that Vegapunk does on the beginning of his investigation is to create the let's do the sun here as well, on the fist like this. Prometheus. Yeah, I think this is the biggest drawing so far I've done, and it's really nice. I think check out my video, because I don't want to go into her story now, but basically I think Vegapunk on his youth, he makes this first clone, mixing giant blood, that it could be Buccaneer blood, with the aging process and the aging power of Bonney, and he creates this kid, this modified kid, that Kuma, he's applying all these things to this kid saved by Kuma from the Gorosei, that's Bonney. And I see many connections together if we check my video with the color of the hair, the appetite, how they like the food and everything, and how strong they are as well. How can be her a rookie without having done actually anything in the story, and how we have as well an interest in Sanji that we don't know actually why is that yet from Bonney's side. So I think there's a couple of clues telling me Big Mom and Bonney come from the same character. So let's swap now. We're gonna be adding a little bit of liner here. So I think we are dragging Bonney. We are dragging Bonney to Elbaf with us after this whole thing happens with Kuma, that probably Kuma is arriving, etc. But Big Mom will show up there. There's gonna be kind of a connection here, and they are gonna have to talk or see each other, and they will explain, Oda will explain there that she is a clone from the previous Bonney, or the older Bonney version of the older Bonney, like 60 years ago, something like that. I think Big Mom is around 60 or something like that, or 69. So it was created, it went good, it performed good, and how it was so strong, it was given to this family to abandon, and they abandon her in Elbaf, and this whole story happens. And mysteriously, you have this CP0 agents at that time coming to collect other kids. So Captain John, the giant, was one of the original, I think was the first kid or the first giant that Caramel provided to the government to become his vice admiral. So having the business there, Big Mom was meant to be one of those kids given to them as well, but it didn't happen at the end. Why this didn't happen? Let's see. This didn't happen because at the end she ends up eating all of them and leaving and blah blah blah, etc. So they were aware, the CP0, they were aware that this monster was there, and they wanted, it could even be, they even say that she could even be admiral level. So this information is with them because then a really very young teenager Vegapunk already tried experiments with humans, already experimented with Bonney, already experimented with the beginning of Pacifistas and the beginning of the Seraphins, and Weeble, Stussy, Big Mom, all of these characters connected to the Rocks Pirates are actually the subjects of his experiments and the people that he used because the government ordered him to do so. So let's paint this. So I expect all this information, all this lore, because I think as well we are gonna be dragging one of the Vegapunks, probably Lilith, to Elbaf with us. So all this info is gonna be released slowly when Big Mom shows up and she sees Bonney there. Probably she even knows all of these things, but she lives in her world of fantasy. So it will be kind of a joke from Oda there, like she's missing giants, but at the same time missing Buccaneers as well, but she has blood from both because she's been an experiment and mixed with this. So they explain that one of the characteristics of the Buccaneers is the size, and we've seen that Big Mom is like Kuma in this case is like massive since she is a child. So I think all of this is gonna come to a conclusion in the Elbaf saga, and we will have this mini giant being kind of reprimanded by the rest of the giants and Usopp, and probably all of this while Davy Back fight is happening, as I explained in my previous video about Usopp. Let's do the really nice hat Napoleon. I want to mention a little bit as well about what's going on now. At the moment we have everyone in God Valley, and Big Mom as soon as they arrive, as soon as they arrive, she shows up with crashing Ivankov against the wall and taking the fruit, the Azure Dragon fruit. That's actually Kaido's fruit that later she will give to Kaido at the end of God Valley in theory. So what we know is that having the soul fruit, she's able to take the souls from people and make it like physical, and they can move around and they can work for her, and the souls can be scared of her and kind of lose the life and everything. So I kind of suck the full soul. It's kind of similar to, I see it similar to Moria's fruit, okay? So important thing here is how as soon as she arrives is able to find the fruits that she wants. This is because I think the fruit that she owns is connecting to the souls of the Akuma no Mi, and that's why she can feel these other souls being wherever they are, and she's able to track them, because if you realize there's no one around. So I think Big Mom is the example of an experiment that it was too good to be real. It was too good to be real. It went out of the hands for the government, in this case for Vegapunk, and he had to get rid of her. Get rid of her, hiring these fake parents to abandon her, basically. And then the CP0 came in, because maybe it could even be that Big Mom did this in secret. And I think it's gonna be tightly connected with Kuma, and the reason with Bonney being always with the hood and everything in the episodes. So there's a couple, as I say, there's a couple of info flying around with Katakuri. One second there. There's info with Katakuri, like there's a promise with Luffy made to defeat Big Mom. Luffy seems to be not interested anymore in her. Luffy is not respecting her anymore, and as I'm saying before, let's do this proper like this. I think this is for Usopp. Usopp is gonna end up having a very, very thick layer of a storyline in Elbaf. One related to the V-Back fight, one related to Big Mom, and he's gonna be the star of the night and defeating Big Mom. And let's do this. Yeah, it's looking really nice at the moment. Let's do all this kind of, because how she's all stretched, she's doing all this. Yeah, like this is like this. I don't want to see a lot of Big Mom. I just want to see maybe like a little bit of a story connecting with, probably with Loki. This promise, well, no, it's not a promise. It's so she was gonna marry her daughter Lola to Loki, and Lola ran away. She said that she could be the king of the pirates if he had joined this matrimony, and I think one of the reasons that she explained is because the strength of the giants, but another one is for Uranus, that I think is gonna be there. Check out my video about BB as well. That I explain why BB. I think it's Uranus, and yeah. So what I have is a little bit of concern is how is Blackbeard gonna be playing all of this with Big Mom, because even if Big Mom, we see her as a bad character, I think she's a family person, and as soon as she realizes that Pudding is kidnapped by Aokiji and is with the Blackbeard pirates, something needs to happen there. I don't want Blackbeard crashing her and destroying or killing her, because this is the promise is there still, and this I think it needs to happen. But we need a resolution, so feel free to comment as well here down below in the comments to see what you think about Blackbeard and the connection with Puddin. We know that he wants Puddin, as Big Mom was waiting for Puddin to awaken the third eye, and I guess with the third eye and the plus the fruit, she will be able to read the poneglyphs and everything. I don't think Blackbeard, as I explained in my Blackbeard video as well, it's a man who takes any chances. So probably he will get Nico Robin, and he needs to have some kind of repercussion from Big Mom about kidnapping the daughter. You can't kidnap such important character in the pirate world and nothing happens to you. So I expect maybe a Katakuri showing or some of the brothers showing to try to rescue her at some point, not yet. Maybe this Ragnarok that I'm always talking in my videos, this Davy Pack fight that I'm always talking, maybe it's gonna involve some of this group as well, some of the Big Mom pirates as well. I don't have that 100% sure, but it could be a nice touch to include a little bit more of Katakuri in the story and the saving of the sister, because Katakuri is good. Katakuri is the only different character in that group, and I think he is Luffy's rival. So let's do these details here as well, and we do the arm. I'm gonna make this arm like this, because what we want is to make Prometheus there on top. So this hand is gonna be with less tone, and then the heart that we will paint later, like this, the tattoo. Yeah, it's looking nice so far. I like it. I'm taking references from when she has these pawn attacks in trying to chase the cake and is flying, following the Sunny, and Capone Benge is involved in this as well. I love as well how, because of this, they make her change the appearances and it looks like a devil, and it gets really thin because she's not eating, and then the same power that she has is consuming her, that it will actually, Peros is scared because Peros is with her the whole time. It is consuming her, it can actually kill her. So let's do the back of the hat like this. Yeah, it can be like this. Okay, it's looking nice. Then we have a little bit of here as well, like this. Okay. Let's do this cape. I know this kind of clone theory is a little bit crazy, but the pink hair, the appetite, the strong character, the bad reputation, the need of the government to control her, all these things are kind of making me think a little bit out of the box and say why this kind of connection. I know this is One Piece and this is fantasy story, and Nami is Nami, and then we have Bibi is Nami with blue hair, and all the characters are like this. They are Nami with different color hair, like Bonney. But the similar things and attitude with Big Mom, it's kind of a concern for me, and it makes me think about. Let's do this part as well, like this. Yeah. It makes me think as well about how interesting it will be that we have a little bit more of connection with the story, and Oda needs to start tidying up the plot and having such interesting characters and strong characters, all of them are very, very tied to the main story. Like the end for Big Mom so far, if this happens to be the end for real, she's falling, and she's sad because it's kind of, she couldn't manage to fulfill her dream, and is asking, she's frustrated. He's asking, Roger, tell me what's going on. She wants to know. She's not a character like Black Eye, like Whitebeard, that Whitebeard doesn't care about the Pirate King or things like this. She's not either like Kaido. That Kaido is worried about the strength and everything. I think Kaido goes beyond her. Kaido is a frustrated character, and with all the bad things that he's done, we see all of this in in Wano. But all of them are connected to the main story. So if Big Mom, if Kaido and Whitebeard are so connected to the main story, Big Mom needs to have this connection as well, and you can't finish a story with her only with that ending, having so many loose ends here. So I expect to see a little bit more of her soon, and reveals. And the best moment for this to happen is Elbaf. Let's do the eyes. Prometheus the Sun is very, very interesting for me, because we see this Sun character already with Caramel, and then there's a Sun as well with Big Mom, but it is not called the same. It is not kind of the same character, so I'm not sure if they actually, it kind of evolved and transformed with Big Mom's soul, or it is just basically a new character. It's not connected because we don't see Caramel having a cloud or anything, and it is like a signature of her. So I think this needs a little bit of explanation as well, and that's why I don't think we have seen everything that we can see with Big Mom yet. Let's do. As well, we need to see all the problems addressed in Totoland. What happened in Totoland after all of this? We want to see. I would love to see a scene with Nami being a fighter against Big Mom, and Usopp being a fighter against Big Mom, like for real. Zeus having to, I don't think he can attack her, but making kind of traps or things for her to lose. And Zeus is a oppressed character, and he's controlled by the power, but they need to defeat her, and it will be a very nice, interesting turn of events for the, kind of, let's say, the two weakest characters or more scary characters to take a little bit of control there and fight against a Jonko. Nami taking the reward, taking these powers, like Zeus is a power. It's a power up for Nami that she already has, but at the same time, Usopp taking the credit and the increase in the reward. I would love to see that. I think we are gonna be doing the cloud thing here on this side like this. It's flying this way. It's looking very nice. I really like this one, how it's turning out. So I think, yeah, it will be very interesting, very beautiful to see two of the weakest characters, or the weakest characters in this case, Usopp and Nami, having to fight somehow, like it always happens. Somehow they need to fight former Yonko and defeat her. Take some of her tools, like in this case, maybe these three guys are with Nami, only this, only that. But this power up that Nami it's getting with Zeus, being used, properly used against a evil character, like in this case Big Mom. And there's a lot of comedy made as well in between them, with the whole page one and when he's chasing them and Big Mom shows up and Tama and everything. And just for all of this, I think Nami and Usopp, they need to have this fight, but giving it to, let's give it to, wait, I'm missing here, this is like this, and then here at the bottom you have a second heart, like this, yeah. Let's give it to Usopp. Let's give the fight to Usopp. As at the moment we have this character. At the moment we have this character Weeble, that we don't know anything about him. If the whole thing about the Rocks Pirates and all the things that are happening at the moment are true, with so Miss Buckingham Stussy, that is the old woman, the mom of Weeble, she says that Weeble is actually son of Blackbeard, of Whitebeard. I think he looks like a zombie. I think it is son in the sense of cloning. I think he is a clone of Whitebeard. And then we have Kaido has been countless times experimented, and a clone of the fruit has been done by Vegapunk. That's the one that Momo eats. So that's another character from Rocks that has been experimented. So Kaido has been experimented. Whitebeard has been experimented. If my theory is correct, Big Mom has been made a clone from Jewelry Bonney, so this one will have been experimented too. And then, what if Rocks is gonna be in this giant refrigerator? So the corpse of Rocks is in this giant refrigerator, and they have him there as well. He may have very well been experimented to and have like a character showing up with crazy strength that we don't know. The important thing is all these super strong characters, why, what happened, not in God Valley, what happened during the time that they've been in the leadership board, let's say, being the bosses, what happened for them to be experimented and to have this DNA taken and everything, and to do those clones and everything. We know that Kaido was hungry and he kind of gave up, like, okay, I'm hungry, let's just do this. But what about all the others? So I think slowly this needs to be unraveled, and Vegapunk is in the middle of everything, and this is the lore saga. I don't think they will go into this information more than they already done. I think the flashback is over, and next episode this week is gonna be already coming out of this God Valley flashback, and I think he's keeping all this info for the big reveal with Ancient Weapon and the Elbaf connection when we're in Elbaf. Let's see. I'm taking references from the manga, and I think I like more Big Mom when she's drawn in the manga. It's too comedic for me for my taste in the anime, I love especially the first time when she's kind of portrayed bending over and dripping this kind of acid from the mouth, that everyone was thinking at that time, oh, she must have like an acid related fruit and blah blah blah, but it ended up being the soul fruit and everything, and it's really cool. I love this character. But yeah, if you see, I'm kind of going for this kind of more darker tone. I always take a little bit of license and try to do some modifications like I did with the Smoker in the previous video, and yeah, change a little bit this, change a little bit the colors, change a little bit the shoes, change a little bit the type of the face. In this case, with the colors, I'm gonna be going for kind of pinks, blacks. I'll make it darker, a little bit darker, to kind of portray a little bit the darkness in the character. I really enjoy Totoland and the whole concept of being chased by the Big Mom, and the whole idea of the kids as well, the whole family, just only trusting the family, not trusting anyone outside the family. And I think it's very real thing, and very interesting topics that Oda treats there, like the trust issues and everything. And she ends up being betrayed by her own family, basically, because she believes as well Kaido being like a little brother. She says in Rocks, I will protect you, and I think Kaido there is ready to betray her as well. So we will see what's gonna happen. Kind of to recap a little bit what I've been saying, basically Big Mom, I think Big Mom is gonna be a clone of a previous time, like let's say 70 years ago, Jewelry Bonney, at that time, that she doesn't even need to have the same name. She could have been called, I don't know, I don't think it's Genie. I don't think it's Genie, or the mom is Genie or anything. I think they are gonna have to explain a little bit more of that, but it could have been for before or after Bonney used the previous time the awakening and made the Gorosei young. There were some experiments made with her, like many other characters, owned by the government. And I think a very, very young Vegapunk, maybe teenager Vegapunk, made this first experiment called Big Mom. Yeah, and after that, let's paint this a little bit like this. And after that, this character went so crazy and it was so strong that they had to get rid of her. And the only way was that to release it to the world, like what happens in real life when you have a problem and you don't know how to deal with it. You just abandon it, like a dog, basically, like a dog. And that wasn't nice for her. And I think a lot of the trauma, there's characters in One Piece that they are abandoned and they find a bad mentor. In this case, Big Mom with Straussen. Straussen is a very, very bad man. I think he's very bad, very. I think they will give a little bit more of info about him, but he's a very bad character. I think he even may be Pero's father, and that would be really crazy because they look really similar in the design, and he took advantage of this kid that he found, and then he kind of make her bad, because we see a Big Mom kid with Caramel being good, he's trying to put this bear and this tiger together in this cage and to make peace, and they kill each other, and she ends up killing both of them, blah blah blah. So she has good intentions, but no control over her strength. And I think the mentorship of Straussen made her more crazy than she was already. and a bad guy for the story, basically. And then you have other characters that they are bad at the beginning, like Law, and they have a good mentor like Corazon, and they turn out to be kind of a more positive character, more a better character. Let's paint a little bit. First, we're gonna do this signature lips like geisha, really small, really nice. I love the geisha design as well. I could have I could have done the geisha design for Big Mom. It is very nice. And I have here a bunch of colors as usual, and taking a little bit of this brownish to do the skin. So as I was saying a little bit for this recap, we have all this info about being a clone, connections with Bonney, I think interactions with Usopp and Nami in Elbaf, final interactions because she will be completely defeated by Usopp, and Nami will kind of conquer these characters that she has, and she may even end up having the not the fruit, I don't want Nami with fruit, but this kind of, she already has Zeus, maybe Prometheus as well, maybe Napoleon too, I don't know, but that could be very interesting. And Usopp will take the credit, and Usopp, as I say in my previous video, he will end up with a massive statue of himself carved in the Adam tree, in the kind of remnants of the Adam tree. Let's see. It will be very nice as well when they show. This is something on the side. When they show the rocks flashback, it will be so cool. Because Big Mom, by the time of the flashback that we are at the moment, she already has like 10 or 12 kids. So it will be so cool if they continue the flashback, or if at some point we see the Rocks pirates again with the reveal of Rock's face and everything. We have the Peros, Oven, Katakuri, all of these guys that they are already, they are born already, running around, or maybe Big Mom is wreaking havoc in one place, destroying everything, and these guys are showing up as well, and like they are famous and they are scary, and the power that they have is crazy. So it can be really fun to see all of these kids running around and fighting for her, like with no control, loose. That can be really nice. Paint this a little bit more darker with these reds, and yeah, rest of this. It's just to give a little bit of volume to the hair. I know that it is clear pink, but just giving with this thin red a little bit more of, you know, like around the hair. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost there for today, and yeah, it's been a while since I wanted to do a video of Big Mom, and it's one of those characters that I had always in the background, like I'm gonna do it today, and I think with Elbaf getting closer and closer, I think today it was a good moment to talk about her, because the flashback a little bit as well, because showing Kaido, showing the fruit, showing the connection that she's kind of aware of the fruit, so she has this kind of extra power, and on top of that we have this kind of situation as well with let me find the black color, 1 second. Yeah, got it there. Yeah, I just have here in my hands like a bunch of colors, as I always show, but yeah. So there's been kind of hints about Big Mom lately, that it's kind of telling me, don't forget about this character. She's not defeated. Remember what happened. Remember Gyojin's connection. Remember why she will be protecting the Gyojin as well. So all of these things are very... Oda doesn't leave things to the luck and let's see, oh, what's gonna happen, let's see what we're gonna do. No, everything is planned. If we have presence of her in Gyojin Island, it's because she's connected to the Gyojin, she's connected to Jinbei and the poneglyphs there and everything. And now we have, she's been destroyed. Basically, everything that she has built is being destroyed by Luffy and then Law and Kid. So she needs to be like a dog and against the wall, and she needs to bite. So she will do something big, but she will be controlled by Usopp and Nami. This is looking very, very nice. The cape is yellow as well, I think. Let's do the cape. Yellow. And then I want to use just a little bit of blue. Let's do these cheeks, and then I want to do just a little bit like simulating that we have a little bit of volume here with blue, just lines like this to give an impression like this. It's really easy to draw with, I find really easy, really beautiful to draw with traditional media with pencils, because you can play around with the colors and you can do a character a little bit more loose. So I don't like a little bit of a base in blue to have this contrast with the pink. It's really beautiful contrast with the pink always. But now obviously adding a little bit of this black tone. Adding it like this. Tell me what you think about Big Mom, if you're happy with the ending, or what's gonna happen. There's a lot of, there's a lot of kind of connection with Roger. Like, she's sad, she's like, oh, Roger, why? She wants to know things. I don't think he's a character to be in the end of the story, but I think he needs a little bit more of attention, and it's gonna be given now with all these Rock's pirate revelations and everything, and it is very interesting for me to see a character as a mother and having all the kids as well there and everything. And we've been dragging the group, we've been dragging them since their own saga, Totoland saga. We've been dragging them for so, and then they show Peros shows in the Wano saga as well. He has his own fight as well. The whole thing with Pedro. It is important character. So I think it needs a little bit more of depth for the end, not just defeated by random Law and random Kid, that they actually didn't have a story with her before. I think Nami has a story, and now after Wano, Usopp a little bit as well. So it will make totally sense for me if maybe Usopp is trying to save Nami, because Big Mom wants to recover Zeus, and Usopp is the one defeating her there. Okay, this is looking very, very nice. I like it, this kind of darkish tone that it was given with this. I'm gonna paint this pink. Just a little bit, because I want to add a little bit more of black. And on top of that, how I think Elbaf fits Usopp's saga, I think whatever you can give to him, good. If it is Big Mom, if it is awakening Conqueror's Haki, like one of his biggest lies, good. And we see this evolution. I'm actually doing this black, but I think I want to do it purple in a moment. Okay. I'm always very interested in the story of the characters, in the lore about behind the characters and why are they doing this, why not. And I think Big Mom's story is a very sad and very bad story, but at the same time I think as a character, if you see it as a character for a villain, it's a beautiful story. It's a very interesting character. It's a very, with the family, with the Mother Caramel, with the giants, with the frustrations of a person wanting to do things, not being able to do things. So I think a little bit more of ending for her and closure for her, it can be very nice. As I say, Luffy, someone like Luffy, someone like Zoro, someone like Sanji, someone like Frankie, Jinbei, they already seen her, they've been here next to her, and they don't respect her anymore. They don't actually. Big Mom is nothing for them, and they can actually. It is not the importance. It is not important. It has no importance for them. So that's why I think this kind of horrendous character and terrifying character, it needs closure with some of our weakest and more scary characters. I want to see Hocus Pocus, now that it's Halloween. I want to see Hocus Pocus to Usopp, the scary character. Is Usopp gonna lose his life? Is gonna the spam? Is gonna lose the spam of life? No. Usopp, brave warrior of the sea, is gonna hold it like Jinbei hold it, and he's gonna make Big Mom retreat. Big Mom is gonna be like, what is going on here? Why can't I actually take Usopp's saga? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Was actually true the story about his conqueror's haki in Elbaf, or was he just lying to me? And it is true, actually. It is gonna be true, and this scene with Usopp not letting Big Mom to suck his soul and life, and being stronger than that actually, if you think about it, is quite similar to Perona and what happens in Thriller Bark, that he's so negative that Perona can't actually affect him with the fruit. Why is this? Yes, because luck, but it's basically because haki. He has haki, and he has as well his son of his father, one of the Shanks pirates, red-haired pirates, and he's strong. He's strong by nature, and all of these things in Usopp needs to awaken, and nothing better to defeat the enemy of the giants for Usopp to have this improvement in Elbaf. Thus, if I have to pick one reason, more than the whole theory that I'm saying about the cloning, more I will pick the Usopp. The Usopp info and the Usopp bravery and the defeat of the giants' enemies. Let's paint now a little bit the cheeks for Prometheus 2. And let's not forget to do. Let's not forget to do Napoleon 2, because I was focusing in Big Mom, and I forgot we actually have 3 mini characters as well in the drawing today, and maybe, like it happened the other day with Kuma as well, it may be a little bit longer video because we have these extra bits and pieces. But I think it's giving me time to kind of share some ideas about what I think is happening with Big Mom, and where is she going, and what is her story gonna be leading to. So very interesting. Let's use some oranges and then some reds to create this this sun effect. There's so many similes with Thriller Bark saga, and and Big Mom saga with the whole story, with the forest, with the monsters, with the souls, with the Hollow Nomi, and here the Soul, and everything. So it makes totally sense for me that Usopp is the one in charge. The Captain Usopp is in charge of keeping Big Moms at bay, defeating her, and taking this reward or this kind of value, recognized value by the giants. Let's do this. Fire is looking really nice today. Just like this a little bit. Just if you see, I just left a little bit of white to have the contrast, and using yellow as a base color to make the fire, and with these normal pencils, and then a little bit of orange on the sides to create some volume, extra volume, and now some small details and shadows here, like in the fire, to create this extra volume for Prometheus. And yeah, let's pop this eyes a little bit with blue to contrast. Yeah. So now let's add a little bit of blue for Napoleon. Napoleon is one of these characters that I don't think he had much, to be honest. If you take it from Big Mom and you just leave the cloud and the sun, I'm good. I don't see Napoleon having much of an importance, to be honest, apart from when he transforms in this massive sword and everything. But well, I guess this is talking to me and is telling me about the loneliness of Big Mom, about being 3,000 and so many kids that she has, but at the same time being so alone because everyone is scared of her, and yeah, everyone is scared of her, so it is not something very nice. We made this change in the outfit, make it dark mom, and I like it, it's very interesting. Let's do a little bit more of this like this. I think she is a frustrated pirate queen, that she is actually the only one looking for the poneglyphs and trying to have the information and having like this network of spies everywhere to have all the info. Because not even Kaido was doing all these things. Kaido wanted to be the strongest and wanted to do this, but by strength. But actually Big Mom is the only character. We don't know Shanks, we don't know what's gonna happen with Shanks, but so far she's the only character looking for Roger's legacy, and it was so sad to see her falling, and yeah, I think she needs to redeem herself and do like a last try, and yeah, you don't give these flashbacks to Kaido, to Big Mom and everything to just finish them at the same time. A little bit lame. I want a little bit more of, you know, individual story for her. Like, let's finish the story in Elbaf, and let's finish this whole plot with the giants. That's how everything started with Big Mom, and explain why are you a giant kid born from a normal family, who has been manipulating you, who has been playing with you, and so we do this typical thing of Oda to make you feel pity, or make you feel identified with the bad guy as well, like he always does. And it is beautiful, sad at the same time, and very poetic, so it can be a very interesting thing. This is red, and this is supposed to be blue, but we leave it like this, like we did in the previous video with Usopp's hand. This is a little bit yellow, so we just paint it over a little bit, but we leave it dark. I like it dark this time. So I think we finished for today. I hope you liked the video. Okay, just feel free to comment and leave below your theories about Big Mom's future in the story, and the story where is she heading. If you think she's gonna show up again or not, or if you think that I'm too crazy for these concepts. And yeah, I will be more than happy to open a debate there in the comments and fight my opinions and see what we can do with One Piece theories. I'm enjoying a lot these videos, and it is a really fun way to draw and express myself and talk about my ideas about of the characters. So for today, I think we are done. Let's sign here. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want. And this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much, and happy Halloween to everyone.